Hello. Look how nice. It is excellent. Welcome to
Motivational Monday
in the park.
in the park. All right, let's open with a prayer.
All right.
Father God, we thank you, Lord, for giving us the courage, knowledge, and understanding, dear Lord. Help us where we are weak to be strong. Help us, dear Lord, because we know our brothers and sisters trespass against us each and every day. Help us to be steadfast and to know you and to love you and to honor you, dear Lord Jesus. Father, if anyone is sick on this podcast tonight, heal them, dear Lord Jesus. Oh Lord Father, we pray for the sick, the hungry, the homeless, those that are in mental institution, the prison, the hospital, dear Lord. Thank you, Lord, for all you have given us. In no other name but in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, so guys, we outside.
We outside. Looking really good. Loving this. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, we mentioned that we were going to be
Yes.
doing motivational Mondays in the
Park.
park for the rest of the summer. So here we are.
Yeah, and it was Miss Benjamin idea who said, I think you all should go to the park
Right.
and do motivational. So here we are. You ask, can we give it to
Yes,
you?
can you give it to me?
Right?
That's it. Like we're like the genie in the bottles.
All the time. So we just happy to have you guys, on. So Philly, how have you been?
I've been good. I've been doing some traveling. I think actually this morning around 2:30, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, this is the end of our summer. I had a summer program running at Thomas Jefferson High School. It just ended. So just kind of revamping so that we can prepare for the fall, be ready for the students and everything else that comes with the territory, and tying up loose ends, I would say, this summer to make sure that we have a good rest of the year.
Oh, that's great. I had a fantastic weekend this weekend. I was in Charlotte to my girlfriend barbecue June.
Yes.
It was a nice
I was there
event.
2 years ago and it was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
So I'm assuming it was just as great.
Yes. We had a great time. Thank you, June and Ali and family.
Yes.
Always loving the house, always. And then I had the pleasure of going to San Fernando Day. Now, San Fernando Day is where people from South come together.
Right.
Every community, Laramie, Gasparillo, Princeton, you name it, Pinal, South,
Okay.
was in the park.
Okay.
So everybody came out and they had the tent and food and
Right.
T-shirts and drink. I want to say thank you to the management team of San Fernando Day, the DJs, and I mean it
They
was
were
like
all
a
really good.
party.
Nice. Was it crowded?
Crowded.
Wow.
They were bigger this year,
Okay.
and I think next year it will be
Even
bigger again
God willing.
because it's not only people from San Fernando.
No.
Trinis on a whole.
Everybody's just
represented.
enjoying.
Yeah, because my friend, she's American, and don't tell Lori she's not an American. She is Trini to the bone.
To the bone. I love
Right?
it. I love it.
So we all went out and we had a great time. Reached home like 11 o'clock last night. I had my own tent, the Warrels, Grange Road. Saw lots of school friends that I went to school with
Right.
that I haven't seen in a
Wow.
long time.
Right.
So that was good. And, just meeting and greeting people who you haven't seen for years.
I love that.
So that was really nice. So good job, Sando Day.
Sando Day.
Commit.
Good job. I love it.
Hi, Donald. Hi, Nicole. If you guys want to hear topic, just tell us, type it, and Philly and I, we're going to talk about it because we don't really have any topic today. We're just giving it a freelance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying it in the park. We see people. We may ask them to come and join us. So
Yes.
just want to have the rest of this
Hi.
summer meaningful, intentful, and and I think it's good. We gotta enjoy this weather while it lasts and enjoy our lives in the time, while we're here.
Yeah, I
So,
see. Okay, so you have a word of the week for us today?
Yes, I do. Well, this is a word that I'm
So,
sure.
guys, if you're close to Baisley Boulevard, we are across the street from August Martin. You all can come across and hang with us.
Come and hang
And
with
we
us.
will be doing motivational from the park once
Yes.
the weather is good.
Yeah.
It's not raining. As you see, we have our light and we have everything, so we're good to go.
Everything is functional. We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, so the word of the week is stipulate. Stipulate is
Good night,
STI.
Kurt. Good night, Donnet. Night,
ULATE.
Nicole.
So to stipulate is to demand or require something as part of an agreement. So when people make stipulations, it's something that they want you to understand. So to stipulate, again, is to demand or require something as part of an agreement. Stipulate.
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 I know.
I love it. All right.
All right. So we have what?
Okay. So
What?
our
Prayer.
our prayer for the day will come from. I will let you know in two.
Yes. So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend also.
Yes.
You know, I know I'm seeing Kurt on. He was representing Lara Main and the crew, and they were big also.
Right.
Lots of drinks and eat. I didn't get a chance to,
You didn't.
to go over by Kurt, but it was a vibe.
He's always having a vibe, right? Always a vibe. Okay. So the scripture will be taken from Matthew 16, verse 24. It says, Then Jesus said to his disciples, If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Yes.
So I think this is a good scripture because I think you cannot serve two masters, and as a society we still want to enjoy our lives, but we want to call on God whenever we want
to.
things.
Yeah,
So,
use them conveniently.
yeah, we can't do that.
No.
We have to pick a side and stay with that side. And of course, we all sin, we all make mistakes, but God knows our heart and He knows our intent. And He really, really, really wants to make us better. So the idea of if you want to be a follower, you must pick up your cross. Picking up the cross is also bearing it. It's also fighting for your, where you stand, your walk with Christ. It's having integrity, having
Right.
loyalty. All
Right.
of that is part of bearing your cross. So this is the word, and I would hope that we're all on
Yes.
a road to doing that.
Yeah, I
Everybody
think so
in its
too.
own journey, everybody in their own time, and we can't compare each other's walk with Christ the same.
Right.
But we all want this to get to the same
I think we have
destination.
to give it all our all to Him.
That's correct.
Right. And we have to learn to trust, in Him.
Mm-hmm.
That everything will work for a better.
Right.
You understand? So,
Right.
God is able, and I would say always cast your burden on Him, because He know your cries, He know your heart, He
does.
knows the trials and tribulation that we go through
Right.
each and every day. So we just need to trust Him and believe, and you have to have that faith that God will work
He will.
in your favor. Just
Absolutely.
trust Him.
Trust
You
and
know,
believe. Trust and
believe.
obey. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that something that we all just have to remember that our walks and journeys are different. I think we should definitely. It's so easy to.
And I think too, people have to take a look at their life.
Yes,
because
absolutely. Self-analyze, self-reflect.
yeah, because sometimes we're going through something and you will want to know, well, why, but I don't think He can give us more than we can bear, but I think He also give us a lot of warning
and tests.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we just have to be strong and show Him that we're able.
Absolutely. Amen. I
Right?
love that. Love that word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who we shouting out this week?
Who are we shouting?
Oh wait, we have to shout out birthdays.
Let's do birthdays.
Okay,
Let's
all
do
right.
birthdays.
So guys, happy birthday. If you're celebrating a birthday today, we want to say happy birthday. I know it's Leo season.
Oh Lord, Leo in the house. Okay, I'm surrounded by Leos.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Leos. But
So Nicole is saying, how do you push through keeping fit? That's a topic she wants us to talk about.
okay, good.
Especially if you are not seeing the results you desire. Okay, we're gonna come back
We're gonna
to that.
definitely come back to that.
And she said, cast your burden, but you have to not pick back up that burden after giving it to God.
Yes, I love that.
Blessed night, Donnet. Good night.
I love that.
Diana in the house.
Yes.
I love that. Because when we give it back, we're not supposed to pick it up.
No, because that means we're not trusting.
Right.
So it's, if you really want to trust God, it's the idea that you're going to give it to Him. Give it to God and go to sleep, literally.
Yes.
And leave it to Him.
And leave it alone.
Think about it. Let Him. Everything is in His own time, and what might seem long to us will be short to Him, or what might seem short to us might be long to Him. At the end of the day, He controls everything. Everything is predestined. Everything is preordained from before we were even in the womb. So If we
like that.
truly trust, that's what we have to do. You can't handle everything. But yes, I agree that he gives us what we can bear, but it's to teach us lessons, it's to strengthen us, and it's to make us better and draw us near to him.
I think
For
so
sure.
too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back to your question, Nicole.
About-
So we're gonna do Philia, you're gonna do who we shouting out this week.
Okay, our celebrants of the week, I would say, are private investigators.
Okay.
People
What's the
in
reason
law
why?
enforcement. Because you know what? On my feed, there are so many situations. I would say with children getting harmed by their parents. Like we're finding so many situations with kids being missing, or you know,
I find the numbers are going up for
they're
that.
going up like
Missing
every
children.
time, missing children, but found in homes, behind homes, in closets. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so scary. And you know, I don't know what's increasing. Is it the impatience in parents? We're finding, I just find that more and more children are not just being abused, but actually succumbing to the abuse.
Yeah.
You know, not just getting hurt and bruised, but physically passing away from it. So I think that it's important for us to encourage the people who work for Child Protective Services, because I understand that they want kids to be with their biological parents, but it doesn't always mean it's the right people to give them to. And I really think that we need to have some type of enforcement to do more background checks. It doesn't matter that a parent completes a course or training with anger management. It needs to be longer. It needs to be more consistent. Maybe before integrating the child back into the family, maybe once a week. And I'm not saying that in that one time, God forbid, something can still happen to that child. But I think instead of fully integrating them back into the family after the parents go for these trainings, I really think that there needs to be a better plan, because too many kids, I mean, they need adults to fight for them. And if the adult who's supposed to protect them is also harming them, then what help do they get?
Exactly.
So it's just praying
shout
for
out
them.
to the PIs.
Shouting out to the PIs, definitely.
Great.
Absolutely.
So we want to say thank you, Nicole. Long time we haven't seen you, Daya. Hi, Terry Ann. Hi, Jared. Okay, Nicole have another topic for us.
Okay.
A good topic is also trafficking, forced marriages, debt bondage, and sex trafficking. Okay. So we're just gonna shout out
Thank
health
you.
tips, and then we're
And
gonna,
then we're gonna
get
health
in.
tips, and then quickly with the staying fit and pushing through.
Right.
And then
Then
we'll
we'll
finish
finish.
off with the traffic.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about what is heart valve disease. And heart valve disease refer to any of the several conditions that prevent one or more of the valve in your heart from working right. Left untreated, heart valve disease may reduce blood flow and cause your heart to work harder. Untreated heart valve disease can become life-threatening, but there is hope in many cases. Your healthcare provider can do surgery or minimally invasive procedure to repair or replace your heart valve. This restores normal function and allows you to return to normal activity. The four valves in your heart make sure blood flows in only one direction through your heart. Your valves consist of small flaps of tissues called leaflets that open to allow blood to move forward through your heart during half of your heartbreak. These leaflets close to prevent blood from flowing backward during the other half of your heartbeat. Your valves are mitral between your left atrium and left vertical, triceps between your right atrium and right vertical, aortic between your left vertical and left vertical and aorta, and pulmonary between your right. Types of heart valve disease are different: sentinels, regurgitation, correlate, astray. They can also affect more than one valve. So again, if you're having any issues with your heart, and young people now, I find, have a lot of issues.
There's not an age bracket anymore. I think that it's very important for us to really continue to get ourselves checked out.
Yes.
Continue to get your monthly, your yearly checkups. At any given time, things can change in your body. Your body also doesn't lie to you, so pay attention. If something is happening, don't ignore the signs. It usually is a warning, but usually it's important for us to follow it and don't just dismiss it.
Yes, I think so. And I think that, we really have to take better care of ourselves,
Right.
men and women.
Oh,
Please.
absolutely.
You
So
know?
age does not signify health, decline in health. Now it doesn't even matter. 20-year-olds are still getting heart attacks and issues that they cannot even describe. So
Yeah.
very important.
So once again, if you have a question or something for Philly and I,
Yes,
tonight
for the
is we
chat.
freelancing
Yeah,
any
yeah, yeah.
topic. So our first one, Nicole is asking us,
Mhm.
how do you push through keeping fit? Right? That's
Mhm.
one part. Especially if you are not seeing the result you desire. You
Right.
want to go first or?
Yeah,
what?
I will go first
Okay.
because I struggled with my weight and consistency for a long time. I
Right.
think for me, I used to be an athlete. I was an athlete in high school. I was an athlete in college. I ran track. I went to state championships, city championships, district championships. And the minute I wasn't forced to practice, I stopped.
Right.
And that made me blow up so quickly because the body is just used to being active, and when it's inactive, it really doesn't know what to do with itself, right?
Right.
So there's something called muscle memory. So if you're a person who in the past you were active and things like that, your body will always remember what it used to do.
Right.
And that's what muscle memory is. So don't feel like it's failed you, no matter if you've gained 100 pounds to 10 pounds. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, consistency. Just like how we say with our relationship with God, you may be praying and don't see results, and
Yes.
then one day, boom, everything happens. That's kind of like the same thing we're pushing through.
Right.
You have to believe that if you stay consistent, at some point you will see the results. Sometimes your body gets used to a particular thing, so sometimes you got to change it up. You got to shake it up a little bit. You have to change it up because maybe the body has become immune to whatever it is that you're giving it. So you might want to do interval training where you might do interval fasting. I think that's what they call it, intermittent fasting, right?
Yeah.
There's so many different things, and that's all it is just to confuse the body, saying, wait, are you holding back food? Are you starving yourself? Are you going to burn this off? Because the body responds to what we give it, in a sense, right? So I say the whole pushing through is just knowing that if I keep at this and don't stop, eventually I will see the results. And if you literally don't see results and you're doing really everything you're supposed to, not cheating, not sneaking in oily foods, not taking fattening foods or anything like
So,
that.
Philly, let's hear
Yeah.
what your diet was, because I know you lost a lot of weight,
Yes.
especially for the wedding.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
give her a little idea of what you did, and then I will tell her my side.
Okay, so for me, what I focused on the most was my eating. I don't necessarily care for beef and vegetables. I love like cake and donuts and biscuits.
All the bad
and
foods.
all the horrible foods. I love those. When I say love, I can go to a restaurant and only order dessert and don't care about the main menu. But I realized that that was not going to help. So what I did was my protein intake. I had to, like, I really don't like meat like that. But I was like, you know what? If I am going to eat something, let me first eat meat. So what I did was I made sure, and I had to see a dietitian. I had to drink water first. That was the first thing. Because if you drink water, you automatically fill your stomach up. So then you're full quicker. After you drink water, you concentrate on your protein. Once you concentrate on your protein, you go to your vegetables. Once you've completed that, then there might be a teeny bit of room, possibly for some rice, some kind of carbs, complex carbs that you can eat for the energy and things of that sort. But if you fill your body up with those things first, it will burn. It will burn the calories better than taking in fat and the bad foods. But I had to relearn. Also, not eating at certain times. So I was doing a lot of fasting with my other podcast, Treading Faith, and that fasting, the sugar-free fast, it really is the thing that jump started my weight loss,
Right.
even before the wedding.
Right.
Because I realized that if I can go 21 days, 30 days, 40 days without any sugar, and of course sugar that I can control. Obviously, if there's a little bit of sugar in the food, fine. But me physically adding sugar to something, once I stopped that and I stopped having the cravings, I just felt like I was better and I started eating better. And slowly but surely, the weight started coming off, like a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, and eventually the weight started coming off. So what I do now, my measurement is not necessarily how much I weigh, because muscle weighs more than fat. But what I do is that if I start feeling like I'm getting munchy, I'm like, okay, let me go back to what I was doing, because I know I'm a foodie. So I start munching, they call me crunch and munch. I will continue to munch and munch and munch and munch. So I'm like, great, like you see me, every time y'all remember me, I'm always munching on the munching on the screen,
although
right?
we have our
All
little
the time.
munchies,
We got a little munch, but look at my plate and look at her plate. Mind you, we started together. So I'm still a foodie. Nothing has changed, but what has changed is I'm more cognizant of what I'm doing. And if I see that I get like this, I start doing the things back. I'm like, all right, let me go back to eating meat, because I really don't like meat. But if I stuff myself with a steak, I'll hate it, but I know it's better for my body, or whatever. Not steak, maybe chicken or fish or something of that sort, right? So that's what I did, and then obviously the wedding was a really high motivating factor. Now I don't really have the wedding anymore, so now it's like, I like the way I look, so let me just continue. So it was more that than anything. That's my story.
Okay, so for me, for those that know me, I was 95 pounds. When I had my son, I was still skinny. I used to dance, grew up dancing, West African, you know. So I was a dancer for many, many years. When I came to the States, I started to go to the city where West African dancing was going along. But for me, the commute was too far. So I never found somewhere in Queens that I could have follow up with my dancing. But I have always been a small girl. But as time goes by, and I'm in my 50s now, and when you hit that menopause and everything, you tend to put on a little weight. So I started putting on 2 or 3 pounds, and then you slack off. I stopped going to the gym. I just was like, okay, I'm okay. You know what I mean? But what I realized about it though is like if you're trying to walk up a stairs, you're panting, you're tired, or your knees not working like how it's supposed to, So I was like, okay, I'm not big, like in size, but body lacking exercise. So then I said to myself, you know what, Phyllis, you gotta do something. Then as you grow older now, the doctor, when you go to the doctor, and you get your results, you're not happy with it.
They're telling you you're obese, even though you don't really feel obese, but they're telling you based on the BMI and all this other stuff. Right.
So diabetes is running in my mother and my father, brothers, sisters have it. So I cut out sugar some years ago. So I don't really use sugar. I don't use soda. I don't eat a lot of things. I don't eat bread. I don't eat bagels. I don't eat muffins. I don't eat nothing like that, right? I cut that out of my diet long time. I try to drink more water. For my breakfast, I normally have oatmeal, and I do overnight oats, right? Where no sugar, just milk, because I have to have milk. I don't want to eat it dry like that. And I use the black thing. I call it again.
Oh, the chia seed.
Chia seed.
Yeah, that helps with digestion.
So then sometimes I put blackberries in it.
Oh, nice.
Or I might use some strawberries.
So nice, natural sweeteners.
Yeah, natural sweeteners. And I put it in my jar, shake it up, and I leave it there. In the mornings, I have a cup of tea. I like Lipton. I don't drink coffee, so I would have that, and I have maybe a mango. I like mango. I like apple, and I like grapes. Right. So that is my breakfast.
Wow.
For years now.
Okay.
Recently, I've been to the doctor, and the doctor told me that my bad cholesterol is high. So I asked them what to eat.
Right.
How?
Because
right now, I'm back to the gym 5 days a week, right? If I don't go to the gym and lift weights, I walk 2 and something miles, rain or sunshine. I'm always in this park walking just to make sure that, my knees is okay. I feel good. I talk with the Lord. I listen to my gospel, whatever mood I'm in, But what I will tell you is consistency is the key. Sometimes it may feel like, okay, my day starts at 4:30 in the morning. So when I get up at 4:30, I have to get ready for work. My shift is from 6 to 2:30. So time I come from work, I go straight to the gym, because when you go home, you don't want to come back.
Correct.
Right? So I go straight to the gym. If I feel to go gym, I'll come home, get dressed, and walk. But if it's too hot, I will walk later in the afternoon. Okay. Right? When the sun comes down.
Right.
So that's my routine. It's been a battle. because I want a flat stomach, right? 54 now.
Right.
But that's my battle. I want the midsection to always stay down
Right.
because I'm
Everything
not.
else is good.
Everything else is good. I'm healthy otherwise,
That's good. That's
and
good.
he told me watch it because I'm pre-diabetic also,
Gotcha.
meaning I don't want to ever go there.
Right.
So they were like, okay, you want meds? I was like, no, I'm not taking any medication. Not, thank God,
Right.
on any medication.
Good for you.
So in 3 months' time, I have to go back and take my blood work
And see where you are.
and see where I'm
Okay.
at, right?
That's beautiful.
But what I do, guys, is from 6 to 7, I don't eat anything.
Okay.
I do my intermittent fasting from that time. If I am hungry, I will have a hot cup of tea. I snack on popcorn, no popcorn with butter,
Okay.
and no popcorn too much with salt.
Okay.
That's it. I eat salt biscuit. I'm not a snacker.
Right.
Right? And
Not a crunch and munch.
no, I'm not a crunch and munch. And I would, what again? Like I like pretzels. I
Yeah.
will have that. I will
Yeah.
have nuts.
Yeah.
And I also will have dates, but I also say dates is also sweet.
Sweet.
So I
Yeah.
try to just have 2 dates
Right.
a day, but I just try natural sweets. And
Sweetness, right.
you gotta work out. You gotta
Yeah.
work out. You gotta put the work in.
Right.
No pain, no gain.
gain.
And as I say again, drink a lot of water too. Cut out the sodas, cut away the artificial foods, cut away the fried foods. If I'm going to dinner, I try to eat very healthy, steamed foods.
Right.
Right. But what I would say, the struggle is real.
It is real.
And once you cross 50 and
It's even
those
more
weights
real.
come on,
Right.
it is hard. With menopause, it is hard.
Right.
But you have to just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it.
I did want to say, and thank you for sharing, Phyllis. Yeah, they have these things called lazy girl workout where you can work out in your bed. That's
Yeah.
me. I just tag them and put a big heart on those because I don't, as I said, for 10 years of my life, I was forced to work out, forced to do everything, forced to practice at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, blah, blah, blah for the meets. And I was like, oh, once I was able to stop and I was like, I don't have to go. No coaches yelling at me. I'm good. But so lazy girl workouts are really good. You can be in your bed.
Yeah.
You can do
A good tool
you
is
can do
YouTube.
so many things.
Sometimes when I don't go to the gym,
Yeah.
like if it's raining and I don't feel to go to the gym, I turn on YouTube. There is certain
It's
people there.
everything
You
there,
can do
I'm
30
telling
minutes
you.
workout. You can do an hour.
Can you imagine you could
in
do
your
a
home?
whole 30 minutes in your bed? You don't have to ever
Yeah.
get up. I love those things. I mean, you could do your arms, you could do your butt,
Yes.
you could do your stomach, you could do your sides, you could do your flanks, you could do everything on your bed. So it's just consistency. But what
Yes.
I do since I'm 52, I do 52 of everything. So whatever I'm doing, I'm just to make sure I do 52 because then I won't forget and then I'm fine. I'm gonna increase
Like that.
I'll increase it. But 52 is my right. 52 squats, 52 jumping jacks, 52 this, 52
Right.
that.
Right.
I can't do push-ups. I have zero upper body strength, but I will break that up and I'll eventually get them 52 if it's one push-up every whatever couple of minutes, fine, whatever, but I will eventually get to 52. So that has helped me as well. And it's fun because it's like me reaching my number.
Right.
So that's what I do now.
And I think too, what works if you have a gym buddy, that
Oh, that's
also help.
Yeah.
But again, consistency because
Mhm.
not everybody like to go to the gym. Like I don't have a gym buddy,
Right.
so I have to motivate myself.
Right.
But one thing I can say about my co-workers, I have one called E. He is a gym fanatic. I have one named Dave. He's in his 60s and he walk up 7 flights of stairs up and down every day. He don't take the elevator. So that's my motivation. And then he now will push us. Okay, do 10,000 steps a day. So we try. Even when I'm on my job and I'm on my break, I go down through the terminal and I walk because I want to get my steps in. So for October, I won a T-shirt because I did 10,000 and more for the month of October.
I
So
love that.
challenge yourself.
Accountability and challenging yourself. You're right. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So next question is a good topic also is trafficking,
Oh, wow.
forced marriages,
Mhm.
debt bondage, and sex trafficking. All right. In my company, we are big on trafficking.
Right.
The flight attendants have special training to look at people
Right.
coming on board with people. So
Right.
let's say, for example, you might be a male
Right.
and you have a young lady with you.
Right.
No eye contact, not talking.
Right.
Those are signs.
Right.
Some of the signs. Well, I don't know all because they
That's
trained
their
on
training.
that.
Correct.
But I'm just saying we get calls sometimes. Okay, we need corporate security to meet such and such flight because we
Right.
think such and such. And sometimes the young ladies or men will write something and hand it to the flight attendant.
Correct. Right.
Right?
Right.
So for my company, which I love too, is that too many children are being taken away against their will.
Right.
To being forced to be selling their bodies.
It's so sad.
And
It's so scary.
giving them to these grown men.
Right.
Who take away the youth.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean that is very, very serious, and we really, really have to take a hold of sex trafficking.
Correct.
Trafficking on the road.
Correct.
Marriages, forced marriages, we still see it in some
We still
culture.
see it, and I come from a culture where they still do it, so
Yeah.
I can tell you directly that it's still practiced. Girls are 11 years old, 13. My mom was 11 years old when she married I guess was given to my dad. Let me put it that way. Whatever.
Yeah,
And it's so interesting because then how you look at the psychology behind it. She talks about it like it's like, I was with that man since I was 11 years of age, as if it's a good thing. And I'm like, that's a perverted guy, And it's while she clapping, I'm clapping back because I'm like, please stop saying that out loud.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's like you being with Nava now.
Yeah, it's creepy. My daughter's 10. So you're telling me that 11, that your parents thought it was okay to promise you to my dad because of what exactly? Like, it was so creepy, but she still talks of it to this day. And I'm just like, Mom, please, like, keep that stuff to yourself. But it's real. And my mom is 75 now, know? And
Africa and the Muslims.
and it's
African,
so it's they tie culture with religion because for having female children or having children that are female, it's a burden because you got to marry them off, because if your child is not married, then technically they're considered damaged goods.
Wow.
They're talked about in the community. They're ostracized. Something is wrong if you're not married by a certain age, blah blah blah. What's wrong with you? You're barren. You're this, and you get mocked. So it's not. So having a girl child actually is a burden to some African families, because it's like, now we got to figure out what we doing with her.
Right.
Like, from the minute this child is born, they're already talking and thinking about how they're gonna be married. Yeah, bugs love me.
Yeah, we have bugs in the
my old positive.
Yeah.
My old positive blood. They're
That's
coming
right.
for me. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, they're like automatically already thinking about how to pretty much get rid of her, like, sell her off or whatever the case may be. And unfortunately, sometimes they betrothal them, I guess, to people who are abusive, people who don't have their best interests.
Yeah.
And then what happens? They're paid off a couple of cows and goats and maybe some gold and some clothes and some land.
Sad.
And then your kid is being abused. Like, it's really, 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 really sad. So this still happens, and that's just from a cultural standpoint. What about people who are forced against their will, and it's not family? It's somebody who picked them up in a van or saw them somewhere, or so it's just
There's
really,
a lot of missing children.
Yeah, a lot of missing children, and they don't even get reported like that, because especially if it's a child who might have had problems running away in the past, cops are not looking at them as missing. They're looking at them as problem children who want to leave the house because of strict rule or things of that sort. So it's really, really important for us to continue to encourage our kids, warn them for the signs. Like, I have this thing that I just found in the house. I must have ordered it, where it's so loud that it's scary but like, to put on the book bags of your children. So if there's something happens, the only thing that could turn it off is like another emergency person who can. It's that loud. I mean, it's a siren, and it sounds like a fire engine.
Did you get that on Amazon?
I got it on Amazon.
What's the name of it?
On Amazon. I don't have it now, but it's like, I think it's called something alert or something alarm. Like, so if you kidnapped or you feel in danger, you put that thing on, somebody's gonna look. Right. They're not gonna think that there's like you playing around or whatever the case might be. Because, as I said, people are just, people are paying money for young kids, and it's no longer just girls. It's boys, it's girls, it's whatever. So that's really important. And the whole idea of the trafficking, again, taking them across state lines, that's already a federal crime. So there's a lot, but I think I like the idea of,
That alarm thing sounding very
yeah,
good.
recognizing the signs, you know, you know, signing a little note, help me,
Yeah.
put it in your coffee cup, your glass, write it, turn it towards someone. So someone like me, I'm always paying attention. I look at body language.
Yeah.
I pay
Me too.
attention to people that are together, whether I think they're a couple or not. I just pay attention to signs, the way a man, a woman deals with her partner, or a man deals with his partner, or a man deals with his children. I watch these things because I remember one time there was a father in the park, and the girl was like maybe 10, and he had this little girl sitting on his lap on the swing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she's 10, like not 5, and even
Right.
5. Why is she sitting on your lap to be on a swing? It just seemed odd to me, and I continued watching them. Oh yeah, we got these
Yeah.
feds. I continued watching them because I was like, God forbid, but is this guy abusing his daughter, or is it even his daughter? Like,
Right.
and I kind of asked questions. I'm like, isn't she big for that? Not
Yeah.
minding my business, of course.
Right.
But I was very concerned because I also came, I was in a home where I was abused by a family member. So
Right.
I'm always looking, and I don't want to be that person where I'm accusing people because I was abused. So now every little thing looks suspicious.
Correct.
But I do pay attention,
You
So
have to.
It's just really important to protect children, to protect young people in general.
Exactly.
To the greatest ability. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Absolutely.
Hi, Anthony. Hi, Donata. Thank you guys who is on our live right now.
Right.
We are in the park. We just chilling, freelancing. Hi, guys.
Yep.
How y'all doing?
Hello.
Podcast.
Yes.
It's Motivational Monday. You want to say hi to our guests?
Backdrop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys. So,
Talking
you
about
know,
our girls. Let me just text them to make sure they good.
yeah. So, we got to be careful,
Right.
especially, and you never know when someone is in problems, you know what I mean?
Right,
So, we always
right.
really keep alert, as Philia said, and make sure that we are aware of what's going on with them.
Right.
All right. Donada is saying, unfortunately, this world is so numb to the things that happen that they overlook people's sign for help. And it's truth. Sometimes we tend to put a blind eye. It's not our business and we don't care. But sometimes you never know if someone is in distress. You know what I mean?
Right.
You never know. So again, if you have a topic that you want us to talk or a question, shout it out and we will discuss
Yes,
it.
we will
You know?
discuss it.
So
In the meantime, when you
hi,
come up with
Anthony,
something,
South Florida in the house.
hey Anthony, I mean these bugs are getting
Yeah,
us, but it's
yeah.
okay. And you see me, I'm like a fake
We have-
African because
No, we have
hate
fun.
insects.
We have fun.
I be so scared jumping up and down. You would think that I had never grown up or never been in Africa in my life. It's so weird.
So
But,
we'll bring something for the bugs next time. I think it's the light that attracts
yeah, that's
them.
attracting them. So
But that's fine.
I'm gonna try
yeah.
to be cute, but I'm looking crazy because I'm like this
Just
Kung-
fun them over
kung,
here.
kung fu fighting with the bugs.
Yeah. So
Okay. So okay.
so we wanted to talk about
Mhm.
this topic. So
Mhm.
we're gonna let you guys listen to something and then tell us what you think about this guy and his comment, right?
Okay, cut it out.
Hello, you are not my man. You are a rental property. This is a lease agreement, okay? So that will be a man paid to cook food for me. You are paying mortgage to get cooked food. So this agreement that you're talking about, is it at least your sandwich? No, right now you're not even supposed to be asking not to be a rental property and all that. Right. You get twisted before your contract expire. So after I get my house, look, just go in your place. Go in your place. You too much a question. Just go from here. Go in your place from a place.
So guys, this is Rody. He's a comedian and he put out all these skits and stuff. So I found it very interesting how he say it's rental property.
Right.
You know? Phila, what's your thought on that?
You know what? I think it's really funny because what happens is that I think in relationships sometimes we give more than people deserve. And we do it because we're accustomed to being generous. We're accustomed to being kind. And what happens is that sometimes you end up getting stepped on and misused and abused. And I think that if you're not cognizant of giving your goods, giving your time, your talent, your gifts to people, they will take advantage of it. General. And like they always say, why buy the cow when you could get it for free?
Yeah.
It's really a saying, but it's the truth also. Like I think what happens, when you're in relationships, you want to show that you're a good cook and you want to show that you can this and you can that. And then once you give someone a taste, then what you don't have any leverage because now they've already seen what that is.
Yeah.
So now it becomes, then why aren't you giving it to me now?
Right.
When you did it before.
Right.
So this idea that you just a rental property, you rental until you own. And when you own, you're getting married. I think that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah. So for me too, I see it where on one hand, a woman don't want to give she all
Right.
because you are not her own.
Right.
So she don't want to put in the work and then get her at the end. So she don't want obligated to do anything. She not cooking, go by your mother and eat.
Right.
Not a sandwich.
Right.
Time to go home.
Right.
Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Right?
Right.
That's what I think he's saying there. But it's true in reality to have situations like that with some women, especially now these independent women.
Right. It's
you
true.
know, they don't want to be bothered. They don't want the harassment. They don't want to be married. They don't want a title.
Right.
They don't want kids.
Right.
They don't want a lot.
They don't want a lot.
You know, they might just want a serviceman.
Right. Right. And it's kind of interesting because I'm finding that it's more the new people that are more standing up for against these things.
Yes. What Donada is saying, can't want life treatment without a ring.
Yeah. No. You're right.
Yeah, and I believe
Absolutely.
that too.
Absolutely.
I believe that.
These bugs are getting worse.
Yeah,
This Monday night, motivational Monday, we're gonna have to get like a shield.
Yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna do something better for next week. But don't worry with the bugs. Okay, so Donada have something here. She said my topic suggestion is why is it so difficult for the Black community to support each other, but are willing and able to support others? Why is it so difficult for us to have unity amongst ourselves? Okay, I'll start first.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Donada, I don't know if you read my post today, but I put up a big post on, Facebook today about fake people. And I will get into it. People watch you, talk in your face, and just laugh behind your back, and they don't keep it 100, right? And I'm sick and tired of these fake-ass people who pretend that they want to talk to you and, behind your back, they're throwing stones or shades, right? Okay, so everyone have been, good night, June. Everybody know I've been a promoter the last 20-something years. Yes, I earned my rights, right? I ain't no Johnny come lately.
Right.
I see people who I grew up with, people in my community, people who I deal with, people who I used to support. Every year, they have something, you're going and supporting them. When you have something, no support.
Right.
When my barbecues used to be free, it used to be 200, 300 people, right? And from the time I put a price, it started with $10,
Right.
$20, $30, $40, and I kept it at $50.
Right.
Bring your bottle and come.
Right.
Right? They still have a problem with that.
Right.
They want freeness. Nothing in life is free. And I think in business, you don't have no friend. Because if you have a business and you say, hey, Phyllis, look, okay, Philia, example, Nava, where your phone?
Yeah.
Philia daughter is making these, right? What you call it?
So she junks all the phone
Next time.
cases.
Yeah.
So
this
she
is
puts
Philia's
personal-
10-year-old daughter.
Yeah, she's 10.
Who is making these right now.
Yeah.
Right? She buy the plastic case for whatever phone you have. And $20, and she's going to put whatever you want on the phone.
Yeah.
All right?
At 10, she's
At
doing this.
10,
Yeah.
Nava is doing this. She came in the car and said, Auntie Phyllis, I have a
This
business.
is my business.
I said, really?
Yeah.
I said, okay. She said, well, I said, let me be your customer.
Right. And
Right?
she gave
I
us-
take out my $20 and I give it to Nava. So she said, Auntie Phyllis, what's your favorite color? I say, I like bling. So I'm supporting Nava. It's $20 if you need your case made. I know men wouldn't want this,
Right.
but woman, your wife, give Nava the $20 sale, and hey,
Yeah.
she's gonna be on Instagram. We promoting Nava,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Young black
Young
entrepreneurs,
Yes.
right? So what
Sure.
I'm saying is,
Mhm.
in our black community, and I was telling June and her husband this weekend, I
Right.
say it's a fight down with promoters and Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Everybody want to have the same fit on the same day.
Right.
Why not? Okay, hey, come together.
Mhm.
You having a fed this week, okay? I will support you having a fed, and let us work together
Right.
so that we could, everybody could eat and drink our food.
Right.
Now the difference with me is I have a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4.
Right.
Some of these people don't have a job,
Right.
so they live off a promotion.
Right.
This can't do that because
Right.
I have mortgages, I have things doing. So
Right.
I have to have a job that giving me a salary.
Right.
Plus, this is not a money making thing for me.
Mhm.
I do this because I love it. I have started it for so many years. And the reason why it is a barbecue blessing and I never change the name, because I give God thanks that He has always opened doors for the last 22 years I'm in this country. You know, and before I could do it for free. But when I had to hire a DJ, he charged me. When I have to buy ice, they charge me. When I have to order the toilet, they charge me. I used to do these things for free.
Right.
But now, with cost of living and everything going up, rhythm section is not cheap either.
Yes.
I have Tassa drummer. I want to give you all the best for $50 or $25. So I spend money, but I don't make that money. The money that you're giving me, the $50, is going back to pay those people.
those people,
It's
yeah.
not going in my pocket, sweetie.
Right. Right.
You understand?
Right.
And that is what I say. I don't sell tables. When you come to my events,
Yeah.
first come, first
serve.
serve.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that is how I've always been, and nobody's going to change Phyllis.
Right.
I have my pride, I have my legacy, I have my brand, and my brand speaks for me. I'm not going to beg anybody to come to my barbecue blessing. I'm not doing that. I have the people who support me.
Right.
And I told Philia, and June knows this too, about 3 years we stopped supporting people.
Right.
Because even June have an event when she was living in New York, they're not supporting either.
Yeah.
But they will call for a complimentary. And not one, they will call you and ask you for two
Or
complimentary,
multiple,
and you
yeah.
don't see them.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I tell somebody last year, no, you can't get any complimentary. You
Right.
don't support me. So
Right.
why should I give you a free ticket? No,
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Right. Right.
So people don't like my straight up ways.
Right.
You understand, Donada? And that's why I say, again, our own people just fight each other down
Right.
for no reason. And they want to make all the money, but at the end of the day, you still have to have a GoFundMe when you die. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
If you get in an accident, you have a GoFundMe. Make it
Right.
make sense. Why are you begging the public to bury your husband, your father, your mother?
Right.
That means
true.
you're not having. You're if you're this
And your
big
priorities are
promoter,
not straight,
where's
yeah.
your money? Where's your what you shouldn't be renting. You're supposed to have a house.
Yeah.
If you're a big promoter,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
You shouldn't be taking a bus.
Right. Right.
But you want to poor people now to pay for these events,
Right.
and you only don't have it together. Get
Right.
it together.
Right.
So people don't like my straight up
Yeah.
talking. But it's my page, so I can say what I want.
Yeah.
It's my podcast, so I can say what I want.
Absolutely.
But people like to go and support other people,
Others, right.
right?
Right.
And then come to you now and say, can I have a complimentary? Or they will say, Queens is too far to come. Or you will see them going to the 140 party, but $50 they don't want to pay.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Make it make sense. So me, fellas, I'm not supporting you. If you have an event and you're not customized, I'm not coming.
Right.
Please and thank you. I don't
No.
know how you feel about
No,
it.
you make a very good point. And you know, at the end of the day, right, those who are for you are going to be for you, right? And you're right, you don't have to beg people. And I always feel like loyalty is everything, right? And it's like, I feel like what you offer is nothing compared to the experience that you get. And the things that you're actually offering, it's literally inexpensive. Because we go to parties and we pay more and we still have to buy food and still have to buy drinks.
Yes.
So I think the experience is wonderful. And for me, it's like, why try to get a discount from someone you're trying to help?
Yeah.
It's like people automatically assume, you know, that you should be getting discounts because they know you, or no, it's not fair.
Yeah, I
because-
think you support your
yeah,
friends.
you just support.
I
You
support all
whatever
my
the
friends.
price is.
I pay.
That's the price.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the price. You know what I mean?
And I don't call and ask for complimentary.
You don't. You don't.
No, I'm not that kind of girl.
Yeah. Whatever it costs,
We pay.
you're gonna pay.
And
Yeah.
we support. Sometimes I may not go an event, but you come to my event, I would still cash up you
Right,
a
right.
ticket and say pay it forward.
That's true.
That's
You
me.
do that as well. Exactly.
But people are not loyal.
Yeah.
So Donada, to your question, darling, that's how it
the
is,
answer.
you know.
Yep.
June saying, but jumping on a bus to go Long Island. June, you know we see it all.
Yeah.
June, we outside tonight. We said that we're gonna do motivational Monday outside. We at Baisley Boulevard Park opposite August Martin, and we here just chilling out.
We chilling with the bugs,
yeah,
man.
and we was
we enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. So next week we have to bring something. We're gonna bring some incense or something.
The incense or
Or-
tent. We just gotta enjoy ourselves with the bugs. Me and the bugs.
Yeah,
we
I
enjoy.
can bring the tent next week.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. If it doesn't take away from the lighting and stuff, we'll be all right.
Yeah,
We didn't anticipate it, but you know, bugs fly to light, to wear lights. It's okay.
we just freelancing today, talking about different topics and stuff. But
Right.
guys, people gotta wake up, man,
Right.
and start daydreaming.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know. But it is what it is, and it's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Okay. Next topic.
Mm-hmm.
I have the next topic for you. There was a research that came out today that said in the next 5 years, women between the ages of 33 to 44 will be single and without children. What is your opinion
That's interesting.
of the current dating pool? I see y'all. I see y'all fanning. Yes, we fanning because the bugs. But
Automatically, I'm Muslim now.
yeah, we fanning. Thank God I wear something long.
Yeah,
so,
you know
I'm
me.
prepared.
I'll pay attention.
Yeah. All right. So,
So, yeah.
Donada question. Donada, Philly and I was talking about this too.
Right.
Girl, the struggle is real.
It's real all the time.
And what I would say, if you're single, do not settle for less.
Yeah.
Find yourself. And we come into Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's talk about it because this is in Donada
This
alley
is
that
in
she's
Donada,
at.
right.
Okay, go ahead.
So Tracy Ellis Ross has a new show where she travels. I don't know if it's called Traveling Alone, Traveling Single. And I really love the show because Tracy Ellis Ross, that's Diana Ross's daughter. She was also on Blackish, and she was in Girlfriends. But this is a beautiful woman, millionaire, educated, graduated from Brown University. Her mom is a superstar. And she's still single. She's single.
But people stereotype her
And
too
people
because she
stereotype
doesn't
her.
have kids.
She doesn't have kids.
And she doesn't have a husband.
And she doesn't have a serious relationship or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she's not been married either. It's not like she's divorced either.
Right.
So I think with her traveling alone, it's just showing us that, hey, I have all of these things, but I struggle as well. That's one. Two, it's okay to date yourself. It's good to love yourself. How do you show that you really love yourself if you can't even be by yourself?
Right.
And I think that people are always so caught up on what people think about them. If I went to a restaurant or if I go to the movies by myself, what are people going to think? People are going to stare at me. People are going to laugh at me that I don't have a date, blah, blah, blah. And we got to stop really worrying about that. And I know it's easier said than done. Yes, I'm married now and stuff. And I wish, I did do this for a short time, but I also did it when I was in bad relationships. So I wasn't single, but I was single. Let me put it that way.
Right.
So I'm saying for those, even if you are in relationships, date yourself still at the end of the day, because you know what the things are that makes you okay. You know the things that make you tick. You know the things that brings you joy. You know the things that brings you happiness. You know the things that make you smile. You know the things that make you frown. You won't know this always being with someone.
Right.
Because sometimes you start to conform to the other person's ways and personalities just so you can get along. You won't say anything. But when you're by yourself, you don't owe anybody that but yourself. So I think traveling by yourself, actually try. If it's too scary to go on vacation by yourself, try doing the movie. Try going out to dinner or a brunch just alone. It's okay. In fact, I find that you meet more people when you're by yourself than when you're with other people. And it's crazy, but it's the truth, right? And I just think really let's start to really concentrate on loving ourselves, because if we don't, then how can we truly love another person and give it to someone if we don't even know what that means.
And I would say too, as a single parent, um, you know, we tend to, my advice out there for single people, right, who have children, focus on your kids. Let a man or a woman be a last priority. And why I say that is because we need to invest in our kids, show them to love, show them that, being single is not, it's okay. Nothing is wrong with that. Not every woman on this earth came here to have kids or to be a wife or to be a grandmom, so it's okay. And I would say, speaking from my experience, single parenting could be hard at times. Dating could be hard because you have to know who you're going around, who you bringing around your kid,
Right.
who you're bringing around your kids. Is this a pedophile? Is this man going to look at your daughter at a certain age?
Right.
Men and women are sexually abusing boys and girls. And I have a best friend. She has been single for the last 20 years and she has 2 girls. And, sometimes I ask her, wow, you've been single for so long. You know what she said to me? She said, Phyllis, girl, when I studied to go and date somebody, and she's a baby nurse, and next thing I have a husband or a man, and you looking at my 2 young girls. So she gave up that life, of dating. She goes to church and work, and that's it. And that's how she's been going for the last 20 years. And I realized nothing is wrong with her. She owns a home, she owns a vehicle. The kids are well grounded. They are not kids that out there who give problems, who looking to give teenage problems, She did a great, great job with those 2 girls. So, don't feel that you're missing out. You had your time to party, you had your time to do your stuff. But my thing is, get your children involved. To get them into swimming, get them into gymnastics, PTA meeting as a single parent. Find the time. Stop be running down these guys that pay you no interest. Your body, after a while, that is going to run down.
And it does.
You only look good for a time. After that, the cellulites kicking, the stretch marks kicking,
Everything.
The BBL.
Right.
That is the for a time.
Right.
Focus on your children.
Even those need maintenance.
Yeah, but
Right.
nothing is wrong with you
Investing
being
in your
single
children.
and waiting to have kids.
Right.
This taboo about 35 years and older.
That's
They,
it.
they put a lot of stuff in people's head. Your child could be autistic. They could be Down
I
syndrome.
mean, in Africa,
They
women
not
are 50 years old still
Yeah.
having
They,
having children.
Yeah,
at
so
50s and
don't let
60s.
anybody make you feel less of yourself, that you have to run down life. I think people who run down life end up always on dangerous ground, and then end up sinking, you end up in debt.
Right.
Even my son, he was like, Ma, my son is going to be 36 years old. And, I say, well, I hope before I leave this earth, you plant a seed.
Right.
But he was like, Ma, I haven't found that person yet. I say, you know what?
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Thank
Because
God.
on the other hand, I'm saying, you know what? I don't have
So
to
he
deal
could
with
have been-
no baby mama
He could have been
drama.
planting a lot of seeds all over.
Yeah, I
Atlanta.
could have been like, you know what? My son had child support to pay. He could have been,
Right.
So I
Right.
say, God knows best.
Yeah.
So sometimes in life, I would tell young people again, Donada, is that life is going to be always there.
Life is always going to life.
Choose a right partner
Right.
and choose them right.
Wisely. Absolutely.
And wisely, because when you have kids, it's a different ball game when you have kids.
Be careful who you bring.
And
You
be
bring into the
careful
world with the
who
kids.
you bring in
Kids
to your
into the world.
home.
Right. Exactly.
Because people these days are crazy.
They're terrible.
I would say put cameras in your home so
Yeah.
that you could see what it is going on.
It's true.
Speak to your children. Speak to them about sex at a young age, because if you don't teach them, they're going to school and they're going to learn.
From someone else.
You know?
And I'm also seeing, Phyllis, thank you for bringing that up. Also like Phyllis is saying, putting cameras in the house. And I know you don't want to feel like you can't trust your significant other, but it's true, because
It's safety.
look at stuff like where women's boyfriends are killing their kids, beating them to death after the mother went to the store and the kid was misbehaving. They beat them to, like, just crazy stuff like that. Like, we're seeing so many more cases of children dying at the hands of parents, boyfriends, grandparents, uncles, or like cousins. Like, it's really rampant. and I don't know what's happening. We talked about it earlier. Are people just less patient? But what is really happening that we're seeing more and more of this? So just continue to keep our children in prayer in every form of facet.
And not that
Pay
true.
attention.
Pay attention. My girlfriend, I spoke to her the other day, and she was like, "My dad, you know, he's old. He don't want anybody to be home, and she has to go there 3 days a week. He don't want anybody to see about him." So then I was like, invest in some cameras, put it in the house,
Right.
and that way he could just go once a day, drop his food off for him, and he could watch him during the day because she works. But he don't want, you know, these old people when they get
Right.
old, they don't want nobody in the home.
So it could come in handy
So
for
she
that
was
too.
like, "Oh my God, Phyllis, that's a
That's a
great
good idea.
idea." She
Exactly.
didn't even thought of that, right?
Right.
But again, talk to a friend. When you talk to people, you could share information. Everybody has cameras now,
Right.
and that's how I look at my own mom. I look at her sleeping home, you know, and you could talk to them. "Hi, how you doing? Everything okay?"
Right.
Because technology and AI now,
It's all there, man. There's no
all
excuse
there.
anymore.
So, you know, now
Right.
I would say you're a little more safer, especially in your home,
Right.
especially when you have children, especially if you have a babysitter
Right.
coming home who like to
Right.
look how much crazy things you see
Oh my
because
gosh.
people have hidden cameras,
Right.
right?
It's crazy.
But to your point is, I would say I don't know about the statistics they're talking about in 5 years' time, but you know it's good. And I yes, you might be saying they might not have kids because the
Right.
more people now don't want to have the wrong
Right.
partner and wrong kids with, so
Right.
it might be good, and the dating pool really is getting shorter,
and smaller.
but I would say still don't settle for less.
Yeah.
You want what you want, you could give yourself what you want, you
Yeah.
could buy what you want,
Yeah.
you could travel where you want, so you don't necessarily need to take abuse
Right.
or
Just to
not
get
be
it.
independent just to get it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Don't settle.
Don't settle. That is what we would say. Nicole have an information here. If there's any child in need, Sister K, as you know, she's a friend to Motivation Monday, is having a back to school drive this Saturday at 71 Malta Street, Brooklyn,
Okay.
between New Lutz and Hegeman.
Thank you.
The parent must be with the child or children.
Okay.
Once again, if there's any child out there that you know is in need, Sister K is having a back to school drive this Saturday at 71 Malta Street, Brooklyn, New York, between New Lutz and Hegeman, and the parents must be present with the children. Go out and support. I did support to this cause. I support it every year. I told you I do a lot of things in the background,
Right.
but it's always good to give.
Give.
You know, and
you
it's like
will
somebody
receive.
yesterday was like, "Phyllis, you'll get your blessing." I am
Yeah.
blessed and highly favored. I don't look
Yes.
for blessing.
You don't.
Go and do what
do
you
the
have to
cause and
do,
not the applause.
and nobody don't have to know where
Yeah.
you're doing.
You don't have to. Yeah. You
You
don't have
understand? And he just give you 10 folds.
Right.
All right? So,
Right.
guys, thank you so much for logging
All
in.
right. We got a full hour.
You know,
Freelancing. Thank you so much
freelancing.
for the questions. I think they were really good topics.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you so
next
much.
week, God's willing, you never know who will be coming on to Motivational to hang with us.
Yeah.
And guys, again, come out this Saturday. It's my 21-year annual barbecue blessing.
Yes.
At my home. It's an all-white event. It's $50. Walk with your cooler. You have rhythm section. You have Yankee Boy passing through. You might get a little tassa. You never know who's passing through. Love in the house always. Remember, stay good. Do unto others as you would like
to be done
unto
to you.
yourself.
Woo!
All right?
Woo!
Bye, guys. Philly, we made it.
Yes.
Have a
you.
good
Love you
night, guys.
Bye.